Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report that shows how one company is navigating some choppy waters, and let's just say there is a bit of shake-up happening behind the scenes. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, if you like uncovering the real story behind company filings, do us a favor and subscribe. We also have a Discord community for deeper dives, linked down below. Alright, we're re-looking at a Form 8K filing from Calidi Biotherapeutics Incorporated. Now an 8K is like a company's public announcement for really big, unusual events. Think of it as the company telling us, hey, something important just happened, and you need to know. So Calidi Biotherapeutics Incorporated, what do? They are a clinical stage immuno-oncology company. In simpler terms, they are working on new ways to fight cancer using the body's own immune system. This is a really exciting and fast-moving field, but it is also very complex and involves a lot of research and development. Their stock trades on the nice American LLC under the ticker symbol CLD. Knowing that helps us understand how they are performing in the public eye. The main story here is about changes in their leadership. It looks like the company is making some tough decisions about its structure and who is doing what specifically. The chief legal officer position is being eliminated. This means that Ms. Wendy Pizarro Campbell, who held that role, is having her employment agreement terminated. This is happening as part of what the company calls ongoing cost reduction and operating efficiency initiatives. Basically, they are trying to streamline things, possibly to save money, and make the company run more efficiently based on its current size and stage of development. It's important to note that the company stated this decision was not because of any disagreements with Ms. Campbell. This suggests it is more about the company's internal restructuring than any performance issues with her. As part of these changes, the Chief Financial Officer, Andrew Jackson, is also taking on the role of Corporate Secretary. This can sometimes happen when a company is trying to consolidate responsibilities, especially during leaner times or restructuring periods. Now, when someone leaves a company, especially in a situation like this, there are usually agreements made. Calidi Biotherapeutics entered into a separation agreement with Ms. Campbell. This agreement likely includes standard clauses like a release of claims, meaning Ms. Campbell agrees not to sue the company in exchange for certain terms. One of the key financial details here is a potential bonus of $85,000. This bonus is tied to a specific event, a successful corporate spin, off-out licensing, or a similar transaction related to something called Novacell. This has to happen before the end of October 2025. This tells us that Novacell is a significant part of their business, and its future is crucial for some financial outcomes. On top of that, Ms. Campbell will receive $212,500 in severance pay. This will be paid out over 6 months as continued compensation. They will also cover her Cobra health insurance premiums for 6 months, starting in October 2025, which is a pretty standard benefit for executives being let go. Interestingly, Calidi Biotherapeutics also signed a consulting agreement with Ms. Campbell. This means even though her role as Chief Legal Officer is ending, they are still bringing her in for her expertise. She will be paid $250 per HR with a limit of 20 hours per month for her consulting services. This agreement is for an initial period of 6 months. This can be a good sign, showing they value her knowledge and want to keep a connection, but it also means they are not completely done with her contributions yet. These agreements, the separation and the consulting ones, are filed as exhibits, which are essentially attached documents to this main report. Exhibit 10.1 is the separation agreement, and Exhibit 10.2 is the consulting agreement. And finally, Exhibit 10.4 is the interactive data file, the cover page, which is standard for these filings. Now, let us put on our investor hats and think about what this all means. Calidi Biotherapeutics is clearly in a phase of optimizing its operations. Eliminating a senior executive role and consolidating other responsibilities, like the Chief Financial Officer also becoming Corporate Secretary, signals a drive to get leaner. This is common for companies, especially in the biotech sector, where cash burn can be high and funding rounds are crucial. The company is trying to align its leadership structure with its current resources and stage of development. This could be a sign of financial prudence, or it could be an indication that they are facing financial pressures and need to cut costs. The fact that Ms. Campbell is transitioning into a consulting role suggests that her institutional knowledge is valuable to them, which is a positive. However, the bonus tied to a Novacell transaction ahead of a specific deadline tells us that the success of that particular project is critical for the company's near-term financial health. If that deal doesn't see happen, they save on that $85,000, but it also implies a potential roadblock in their strategic plans. Overall, Calidi Biotherapeutics appears to be making strategic adjustments. The direction seems to be towards greater efficiency and focused execution, particularly regarding the NovaCell project. A key risk here is the reliance on the NovaCell transaction to trigger the bonus, which might be a signal of potential volatility in their deal pipelines. The opportunity lies in their continued work in immuno-oncology, a field with massive potential if they can successfully bring their therapies to market. What is your take on these leadership changes and the financial implications for Calidi Biotherapeutics? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more. Also, join our Discord community for even more discussions. Thanks for watching Corporate Decoder, and I'll see you in the next one.